Your gut has over 500 million neurons. Is that where the expression "trust your gut" comes from? And could it be the key to unlocking your intuition? Is there a large ancient city hidden beneath the Khafre Pyramid in Egypt? Italian scientists say yes. I'll share the latest updates. A man almost drowns in quicksand while searching for an elusive blue rock. What he finds instead will blow your mind and warm your heart. Is all modern music soulless? Or are there amazing new artists out there that you just haven't heard of? What high-vibe animal is capable of problem solving, camouflage, and escaping enclosures? Hint, some scientists believe it may not be native to the planet. And finally, sound healing ruined my appetite, says a woman from North Carolina. But it also helped blunt the unbearable pain she felt from fibromyalgia, which begs the question, can sound heal? If so, what specific frequencies are we talking about? And are there any side effects? All of these stories and more coming up in High Vibe Finds. Your gut has over 500 million neurons, second only to the brain, which has 86 billion. So, is that where the expression "trust your gut" comes from? And could it be the key to unlocking your intuition? Your gut, specifically the enteric nervous system, which is a vast network of neurons lining your gastrointestinal tract, is so extensive that scientists sometimes call it the second brain. It can operate independently of the brain to a large degree, managing digestion, blood flow, and even producing neurotransmitters like serotonin. Around 90% of your body's serotonin is made in the gut. Because of its size and independence, the gut is deeply involved in how you feel emotions. So, is that why people say, trust your gut? Well, yeah. Your gut picks up on stress signals, environmental cues, and microbiome imbalances before your conscious mind can rationalize them. So in a way, your gut feels things faster than your mind can logically analyze them. Many ancient cultures viewed gut feelings as a form of inner wisdom. Now for me, right before I make a big decision, I turn to my gut. If something doesn't feel right, I'll take a step back and reconsider. I've said it before, your gut is your greatest ally. You just have to learn how to tap into it. 3 great ways to hone your intuition include practicing mindful meditation, embracing creativity, and spending time in nature. 3 of my favorite things. So is there a large ancient city beneath the Khafre Pyramid in Egypt? And if so, might the discovery redefine what we believe about ancient man's technological capabilities? In March 2025, radar specialist Dr. Filippo Biondi, Professor Corrado Malanga, and journalist Armando May announced that they had found deep vertical shafts, massive cubic chambers, and multi-level structures beneath the Khafre Pyramid on the Giza Plateau. Now they did this by using synthetic aperture radar, also known as SAR. The researchers believe that the layout of the structures may point to an ancient water system that was obviously linked to the Nile, which would redefine what we believe about ancient topography because, if true, this would had to have been around 12,000 years ago, when the Nile flowed right up to the Sphinx. Now, Biondi noted that the unknown chambers more than 4,000 feet below the pyramid could be related to the legendary Hall of Records, which is a long-standing myth in Egyptian lore believed to contain lost knowledge about ancient civilizations. Armando May explained that the theory of the lost city is based on the Book of the Dead, which even says that the pyramids are located exactly where texts say, and that they were built on top of the city, sealing its entrance. Imagine if we could cut through the red tape, get down there, and see for ourselves. Are we going to find ancient tablets, technological relics? What kind of insight about our humanity, our spirituality, and our destiny might we glean? So is this true? Is there a hidden city beneath the Khafre Pyramid? Let me know what you think in the comments. As far as mainstream science is concerned, the jury is still out. Much more research has got to be done before myth can become fact. Still to come in your spotlight story, can sound heal? And if so, what frequencies work best? And are there any side effects? But first, I'm going to share an inspirational story. A man almost drowns in quicksand while searching for an elusive blue rock. Spoiler alert, he never found it. So what did he find on the beach, that made his near-death experience worth it. Mitchell, a man from Michigan, had a secret crush on his coworker Brianne for almost 2 years. And the irony is that she felt the exact same way. However, both kept their feelings on lockdown like it was 2020. They each suspected that the other wasn't interested. And it wasn't until a mutual friend pushed them to go out on a date that the ice was finally broken. They decided to visit Van's Beach, known for Leland bluestones, which look like natural rocks but are actually a mix of melted minerals and metal waste that turned into pretty blue stones over time. While scouring the shore, Mitchell stepped into a hole and got trapped waist deep in quicksand. Brianne desperately tried to dig him out, but neither could make any headway. And as the cold waves pelted Mitchell, they both called 911. Reception was spotty, but they eventually got through. On Brianne's call, she told the dispatcher that her boyfriend was stuck and needed help. Mitchell told his dispatcher that his girlfriend may have just reported the same thing. This was the first time that either referred to each other as girlfriend and boyfriend. So, big step. Once police arrived and pulled Mitchell to safety, it was apparent that the couple had much deeper feelings for each other. So they wasted no time diving into the deep end of a relationship, not Lake Michigan. Hey, sometimes it takes a traumatic event to put things into perspective and force us to confront our true feelings. Looking at it from an esoteric point of view, perhaps their higher selves jumped into the future and saw that they were already a happy couple and then reported that back to their present selves. I can relate. Something similar happened to me where I got a glimpse of the future and saw and felt that the beautiful woman I was dating would be by my side years later, and that we would have a happy, harmonious relationship. That's why there was no hesitation to move forward with her. In the case of Mitchell and Brianne, it's not as if they didn't already know each other for 2 years. Is it true that every song in Spotify's top 20 sucks? Well, that's what popular music YouTuber Rick Beato believes. Sort of. I mean, he kind of likes a few of the songs, but for the most part, he thinks that today's music is terrible. I've actually heard this from several other music YouTubers who say things like auto-tune vocals, AI beats, and less than stellar musicianship equals unoriginal, uninspired songs. I can agree with some of that, but to say that there are no incredible new artists is simply not true. I discovered several last month. I'm going to share one of them with you right now. His name is Livingston. He's from a small town in Texas where he was bullied growing up. This forced him to go inward and find creative ways to express himself. His mother happened to be a piano teacher, so naturally, music became his outlet. He was initially independent, then he got signed, then dropped, then signed again. But despite that, his core talent is next level. He's an excellent singer, an amazing songwriter, and a captivating performer. If you like cinematic pop music with raw emotions, check out Shadow and Gravedigger. If you're more into ballads, give Last Man Standing a listen. Now, my personal favorite at the moment is a song called Glow. Check it out. What high vibe animal is capable of problem solving, camouflage, and escaping enclosures? Answer: the octopus. Octopuses are mysterious, intuitive, and wildly intelligent. They live solo yet are deeply connected to their ecosystem. And they have 3 hearts, probably because they have so much love to give. 2/3 of an octopus's neurons reside in its arms, allowing each limb to process information and act semi-independently. They can navigate complex environments, open jars, and solve puzzles. And they can change color and texture instantaneously. Octopuses are unlike any other known life form on Earth, leaving some scientists to speculate that they may have originated from space, arriving via panspermia, which means hitching a ride aboard a comet or a meteor. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments. And last year, YouTuber Mark Rober designed a 9-part underwater obstacle course for an octopus named Sashimi. And then he documented how the octopus used her incredible problem-solving skills to defeat it and access a vault filled with shrimp, her favorite food. If you haven't seen the video, link is in the description. It's both entertaining and fascinating. Looking at this through a high vibe lens, whether or not octopuses are literally from another planet, their existence challenges our assumptions about intelligence, consciousness, and even evolution. I mean, they remind us that life can evolve in beautifully strange and diverse ways, and that alien might not mean distant, just different. Sound has the power to move us. It can stir emotions and elicit reactions. We all know that. But can sound heal? If so, what is the science behind it? And are there any side effects? Well, a woman in North Carolina says that daily sound healing sessions ruined her appetite. She was battling severe pain caused by fibromyalgia. Since there's no medical cure, she sought other ways to relieve her chronic neck, back, and joint pain. A friend referred her to a local sound healer, and she began tri-weekly sessions. Now, within a week, 50% of her pain had disappeared. However, along with it went her cravings for certain carbs and proteins. Within 3 months, her body weight was way down, and most days she had to force herself to eat. Fast forward another 3 months, and her focus and concentration had improved dramatically. However, she still had very little appetite. Finally, her sound healer tried placing a Tibetan bowl directly onto her gut. He would ring it every minute or so during their sessions. Interestingly, her appetite returned within days, for the most part. I mean, she still dislikes potatoes, but thankfully she can live without them. All of the positive effects of her sound healing sessions have continued to this day, even though she only goes like once a month now, which begs the question, how is it possible that sound could heal her pain? Now, I've heard many stories about sound helping people. Some hospitals even offer sound therapy to help ease discomfort and promote relaxation for patients. But to answer the question, according to Dr. Glenn Ryan, who has a PhD from Stanford and Harvard, specific sound vibrations can influence structural conformation of DNA, potentially impacting biological functions and overall well-being. Solfeggio frequencies, of which there are 9 sacred tones, have particularly proven to be effective. Let me give you the rundown. 174 Hz is known as the healing frequency, and it's said to alleviate pain, reduce stress, and improve concentration. 285 Hz promotes tissue repair, supports the immune system, and increases feelings of security. 396 Hz releases guilt, fears, and negative beliefs. 417 Hz aids in the healing of trauma and clearing negative energy. 528 Hz is often called the love frequency, and it's believed to promote vitality, repair DNA, and improve overall well-being. 639 Hz helps strengthen relationships and promotes connection. 741 Hz helps resolve mental and physical issues. 852 Hz promotes spiritual awakenings and awareness. And finally, 963 Hz is associated with activating the pineal gland and awakening intuition. Now, I find it interesting that 3 of these high vibe frequencies have a combination of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, which according to Nikola Tesla are the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universe. Was Nikola a sound healer? I don't know, but he definitely understood the power of frequency and vibration. In a recent experiment, Dr. Glenn Ryan collaborated with composer Jonathan Goldman. If you haven't heard his music, I highly recommend it. The Divine Name I Am and The Ultimate Om are 2 of my favorites. Together, Ryan and Goldman exposed DNA samples to recordings of tuning forks emitting solfeggio frequencies. The study found that the combined frequencies led to a 79% decrease in DNA electrical conductivity, which means that it had a definitive positive impact on DNA. But are there any neurophysiological effects? Yes. Studies have shown that sound can influence brainwave activity by affecting cortisol levels and increasing oxytocin, which is associated with positive feelings. I have a personal connection to this because when I was battling a brain tumor and experiencing horrible side effects like vertigo, nausea, light sensitivity, you name it, I listened to a ton of sound healing music. That, along with empowering affirmations, which is a whole other episode, helped me defeat the tumor without risky surgery or prescription drugs. So I know the power of high vibe music. Now, if you're interested in hearing solfeggio frequencies mixed into music, check out the Neo Wake YouTube channel. I listen to it almost every day. They have a ton of original music, many of which include binaural beats. Which brings me to your quote of the day. There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. And that perfectly sums up the law of attraction, doesn't it? I hope you found today's show intriguing and inspiring. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more High Vibe finds. And leave me a comment letting me know your favorite story. Look, we live in challenging times, which is exactly why I do this show, to remind you and me that there is beauty and wonder inside us and all around us. Until next time, namaste.
Block out the noise, tune into joy.